Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome once again, as always, to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You join me today for day 17 of the UK lockdown, where I'm currently out and about taking my daily exercise. Now, a big thank you to everybody out there who left comments and created a bit of debate regarding my thoughts and ideas on this conspiracy theory that's currently doing the rounds regarding COVID-19 being related to 5G technology. And I'm rather glad and relieved to see that I'm not the only person who's taking that conspiracy theory with a healthy pinch of salt. That doesn't mean to say, Hot Potters, that I'm not concerned and I don't share people's concerns regarding the amount of radiation and the type of radiation that's being pumped out by mobile phone masts. But the actual idea that in some way 5G technology has caused COVID-19 across the world, I'm not buying that one. I'm sorry. It's just not for me, that theory. Now, I do have a couple of questions out there for anybody who does believe in this conspiracy theory, which they're entitled to. After all, everyone's entitled to their own opinions, their own thought processes, and their own ideas on things in life. But for anybody out there who's trying to push this idea, and they're trying to push it rather heavily onto people, I just have a couple of questions. How many of you own one of these devices? Probably, admittedly, a better model than what I'm currently holding. After all, you know, Mr H, he likes to keep it old school, and I don't like upgrading things. If something works, it works, and that's why I have such an old model of mobile phone. But basically, how many of you own a mobile phone? And how many of you, by extension, will have a mobile phone contract with one of these very providers who are rolling out the 5G technology, or plan to in the near future? But more importantly, if you do have a contract with one of these providers, will you be cancelling it out of protest against 5G and citing 5G as being your reason for cancelling? I'll leave it there, Hot Potters. I'll leave those questions there. It'll be very interesting to get an answer from people who have been trying to push the idea and conspiracy theory onto me and my channel. Anyway, folks, in other news, it would appear that the whole lockdown period is going to be extended. The UK government haven't come out with it directly, and in true British fashion of fudge, they've simply delayed the decision that they was going to make to lift it. They was due to discuss this on Bank Holiday Monday, wasn't they? But they've delayed it, so it's been a bit of a fudge. And fair play to Dominic Raab, really, who's currently standing in for Boris Johnson at this moment in time. He would be a very brave man in the current climate, with the number of daily deaths rising, to make that decision to reopen up the country, wouldn't he? Because I'm sure when Boris Johnson returns, if he made the decision to lift the lockdown period, his feet wouldn't touch the floor, would they, if things went wrong? So I don't blame him for erring on the side of caution with that one. It does appear that Wales have already extended those, so you can expect the rest of the UK to follow suit, can't you? Anyway, on to a few questions that one or two of you have been asking what my plans are post this lockdown period, because the last thing I want, Hot Potters, is to be going round and making these vlogs indefinitely. You know, I don't want to be stood here in front of you and saying, welcome to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You join me today for day 90 of the UK lockdown. That's the last thing that I want. I think by then we'll have all tired of these vlogs, won't they? But because they're extending the lockdown period, albeit silently, nodding a wink type of thing, it does mean that the bar will be raised for Mr H's own personal record of daily consecutive uploads to his channel. You know, once this goes live today, I will have smashed my own personal record, which is something I'm quite pleased about. But let's hope the bar isn't raised too high, yeah? Now, a big thank you to a fella out there, a fella by the name of Matt, who's taken the trouble and gone to all the trouble of transcribing his letter from Boris Johnson and typing it out for me so that I know what's in it, because he knows that I haven't got mine as yet. It seems, Hot Potters, that whenever I get anything through the post, it's only bills and like threatograms from TV licensing. I never seem to get any good stuff. Whenever I order something on Amazon or off eBay or something like that, it always struggles to find its way to my address, and I end up having to chase the bloody thing. But bills and rubbish that I do not want, that finds its way to my door. Anyway, like I say, he went out and he's gone online and he's typed out the whole thing for me, including grammatical errors and punctuation errors, you know. So a big thank you for that. I now know what's in that letter. No doubt it'll probably arrive today, and after you've gone to all that trouble, but I do appreciate it. It was a Herculean task, and I didn't ask you to do it, so, you know, I do appreciate that. Now, getting back to questions, one fellow was asking me, what are my plans post these vlogs, like I say, and what will I be doing in particular regarding anything on Fred Dibnah? Obviously, this person's very interested in Fred Dibnah and probably came to this channel through the Fred Dibnah videos that I've done. Well, as I said in the previous vlog, I intended, on the day the lockdown was called, to go out and actually film one of the Fred Dibnah locations from the documentaries that he did in the 1970s. I'm very interested in finding those and taking another look at them and see how they look today. And I put it off, basically. I thought to myself, I don't feel like doing it today. I'll do it tomorrow. And tomorrow never came, did they? You know, Boris Johnson called the lockdown and we're where we are now. So when this lockdown period is lifted, I'm going to go out and that will be my first post vlog video. Simply because I want to carry on where I left off. Now, that location is located in Bolton. I've found another 3 apart from that. I've found one in Clifton, which is an area just outside of Manchester. For those of you who don't know where Clifton is, it's sort of between Bolton and Manchester. I've also managed to locate the very boarding house that Fred Dibnah spent the one and only holiday in his adult life that he went on in. For those of you who've watched the documentaries, you'll know that his first wife, Alison, she was sort of harassing him a little bit and she was pushing him to take herself and the kids on holiday, and he finally reneged, and I think she had some idea of going to Alicante or somewhere like that, but Fred, in true British Victorian fashion, he took her to bloody Blackpool, didn't he? And they ended up in a boarding house and he tipped up in the old Land Rover. Well, I know where that boarding house is in Blackpool, and I'll go and locate that and document it for you when this period ends. The final location is a little bit off track and it's way up in Yorkshire, and it's a bit off Fred's beaten track, to be honest. But I've managed to locate that as well, and I'll be taking a trip out to Yorkshire, hopefully on a day like this, and we'll go and take a look at that one as well. Now, it's not only going to be Fred Dibnah films that I'm going to be making when this lockdown's lifted. As anybody knows who's a long-term subscriber to my channel, I always like to mix it up. I could be doing a film on phone boxes one day and then go and do a film on steam engines in the next one. The reason I do that is I know that there are a lot of people out there who all have different interests. So rather than hammer one subject and keep bam, 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 bam videos about that and pleasing a small portion of my subscribers, I try my best to try and put something out there for everyone. I'm not going to say please everyone, because you can't please everyone, can you? But them will be my plans moving forward. Now, before I wrap this video up, I just want to mention that one of my subscribers, I'm assuming she's subscribed to this channel, she came through on one of the George Formby videos that I did. She's a nurse and she's currently working with COVID-19 patients. I think I've mentioned her before in these vlogs. And she's doing tremendous work, as are all the health service at this moment in time. But unfortunately, she informed me last night that she's showing symptoms of this COVID-19. So I'm sure everybody out there who's watching this video will wish both her and her 5 colleagues who are also showing symptoms all the very best, and we hope that you get well soon, Terry. You know, I hope your symptoms are only mild and you get over them pretty soon. You're all doing a fantastic job out there for us, the NHS. As I've said before, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes at this moment in time on the front line with this virus, because you know, it's just terrible for you. But you know, I respect what you're doing, so I hope you get well soon, Terry, and you know, you have my best wishes. And this evening, when we're doing the traditional clap for the NHS, I'll be thinking about you. Anyway, folks, on that note, we're now coming up to as ever, the old magic 10-minute mark. So I'm going to wrap this particular vlog up. So folks, until tomorrow, when it'll be day 18 of the UK lockdown, and I'll be joining you once again, I hope you all stay safe, and as always, bye-bye for now.